Take a rocket scientist to see what's going on. You guys, come on, think for yourselves. The government shut down, the no flights and stuff. Come on. You got to play devil's advocate here and see what's going on. Either one, we're going to war, or two, something's about to bust out of the skies, or three, they're about to issue their agenda. Either way, it's bad and we don't comply. Got it? We don't comply. Pinky promise. Now the SNAP thing, I can't put my finger on unless they want everyone to be upset and just have like unruly unrest so they can bring in martial law, or everybody's going hungry, and then when they dangle the carrot of, hey, if you get this digital ID, then you can eat, then everyone will comply. So all I know is there's definitely a problem, and then they're going to have their little solution, which is not going to be a solution at all. It's just going to create more chaos. But either way, we're cooked, and we just got to stick together, and no matter what, do not get the ID, do not get the mark.
The lust to control other human beings is a story as old as time. There's a very strong drift in the direction of globalization, of the ultimate centralization of control in the hands of unelected officials at supranational organizations.
They want all of the resources of the world in their pocket.
The bigger picture is that an attempt is underway now to collapse liberal democracy and replace it with global technocracy.
This is a coup. They're saying we can control with rules. We don't need currency anymore.
It's like an inverted prison. You are supposedly free to roam about, but everything you want to access is behind lock and key.
The potential for social control is gigantic and potentially irreversible.
They plan to commandeer land, reduce farming, and radically change the food we eat, transform the supply of electricity, and then dictate how we use it, and replace currency with a system of credits. All three strategies are built on the premise of a climate crisis caused by carbon dioxide.
I do not think there's a climate crisis, and I base that on all the evidence and the climate data sets that we build to answer questions just like that. The government is very clear that they want a catastrophic story.
There is no single science paper that proves conclusively that humans control all or most of the global climate.
Europe's mad dash towards net zero is effectively economic suicide. Politicians are purposely impoverishing ordinary people, purposely deindustrializing Europe.
It's just tremendous amount of damage in the name of saving the planet. It does make you ask, what is it we're actually saving if we're paving it over?
I think what we're dealing with here is actually a global war on agriculture.
When you look at how many farms are selling up, we're walking into food shortages.
If I can switch everybody from real food to pharma food, then 100% of the agriculture industry can go through my publicly traded stocks, and I have complete control.
This is the biggest public relations scam in the history of the world. But it's far more than that. It's a blueprint. It is the action plan.
All life on Earth is going to be radically changed.
Everything will be monitored. The environmental consequences of every human action.
The general population cannot fathom the psychopathy of the vision that they're facing.
Once the digital ID is in place, it's game over for humanity.
This is their plan, guys. This is their plan. A one world government, one world cashless currency, a one world central bank, one world military, end of all national sovereignty, end of privately owned property, end of the family unit, mandatory, you know what, universal basic income, microchipped tracking for all citizens, world social credit system. We've been warning you guys for years and years and years that this is coming. This is what they've been doing. Thousands of 5G towers, end of private transportation. They want, electric cars that they can shut off. That's why they're pushing it. End of private farms, business-owned governments only, travel restrictions, and restricted land uses. The 15-minute smart cities, this has been their plan. This is why the world is in so much chaos, because these people, they want complete and total control. These are the people that print money out of thin air, that control everything, that own everything. There's a specific group of people too, and I'm pretty sure that most people know who they are. I can't say it, but you know who they are, that are doing all this stuff. They're the one that cause all these problems. They want total and complete control because they're psychopaths. Now this right here is why we've been under attack spiritually, emotionally, and physically.
Entry denied. You have criticized the government.
Sorry, last week you purchased too much meat and now your access to your money has been denied.
You haven't let the government know about this trip and your access is denied.
You have gone over your carbon credit allowance of food this week and your access to food has been denied.
A day in the life of UK school children 2035 with digital ID.
You have gone over your electricity allowance this week and your access is denied. You have gone over your weekly travel limit and your access is denied.
It's purely a digital concentration camp. It's a slavery system.
When Catherine Austin Fitts talks, we should listen. She's a former high-level investment banker in New York and held senior office in the first Bush administration in Washington.
There may be 1,000 models of how it could work. But essentially, you will have, whether it's a banking account or a credit card, and it can be turned off and on. So my incentive system is not you go to work and work hard and you get money. My incentive system can be based on how you behaved in the last 5 minutes, on a 24/7 basis.
CBDCs, as the name suggests, would be issued by central banks like the Federal Reserve in America and the Bank of England, not by high street banks. They would signal the end of cash, and every transaction you make would be transparent and held on a permanent database. Crucially, under a net zero regime, your carbon footprint could be at the heart of the system.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker.
This can be the infrastructure for a carbon credit system. It's totalitarian control, and if people don't become aware of it now, it's going to be too late to backtrack from this. It's a ratchet system where it's very difficult, if not impossible, to backtrack.
And I think when they do this next one, they're really going to push not only the digital IDs, but things like universal basic income and all these sort of things. So they're going to wipe most people out. This is going to come up soon. Could be by the time this video's out. That's how close we are. Any day now this is going to happen. And most people are going to get wiped out. They don't subscribe to our stuff. They're mostly in debt. They've got death contracts called mortgages. They're going to lose their jobs. And so many people are going to actually do the problem, reaction, solution. The problem is they're going to crash everything, wipe people out. The reaction is going to be people basically begging for help. And the solution will be getting them into basically a digital prison and getting them on communism, basically. Sort of like a fascio communism. And get them in their smart city concentration camps and all that kind of stuff. But the digital IDs are going to be very important for all of this. This is really what the Palantir sort of AI control grid's all about. is getting the biometrics of everyone, getting them into a database, then getting them to go onto these systems, and then slowly over time, basically forcing them to take injections, saying they can't buy this much meat, they can't fly, all these sort of things. It'll probably take a bit of time. I don't expect any of this stuff's going to happen like overnight. But they're definitely pushing forward with it massively. Like almost every country on earth is pushing the biometric digital IDs.
This is no longer about us, honestly. I think it's too late, but it's about our generations to come. Your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. There is a company called Cognify. If you Google it and watch their video, and it's the future of incarceration, is what it's titled. With this Cognify system, let's say you do a crime, or maybe you act out against the government, or you have a belief system that is not consistent with the country that you live in, and you are prosecuted for a crime by their definition. You will then get an opportunity to choose. Let's just use this for hypothetical, a measly petty theft. You can spend 50 years in prison, or you can go through the Cognify process, which in 3 minutes, they will imprint memory sets. So let's say there was someone who was even harmed by the crime that you did. You will be able to feel the emotions of your victim, the emotions that the family members went through, all of that. You will be forced to have the empathy, and you will feel like you've been imprisoned for 25 years or whatever it may be, but it's only 3 minutes.
This is Black Mirror type stuff.
Yes, so it's only 3 minutes. And I'm not joking. You watch it and it will just blow you away. But remember, they say this is for the goodness of society. Okay, would you trust your government with your memory sets?
So it's not just an ideology, it's an action plan. It's a blueprint to inventory and control all land, all water, all plants, all animals, all production, all construction, all law enforcement, all energy, all food, all information, everything on the planet, including you. Sustainable development. Now, when you see the term sustainable development, of course you think you know what it means, but you really don't know what it means. When you see the term SMART, which is sustainability, monitoring, assessing, rating, and tracking you, there's total continuity between Malthus, a corporate group called the Club of Rome, universities, the philanthropies. You've got the corporate, the governance, and the foundations and organizations, including the Holy See, the Vatican.
They told us it was for our safety. They told us it was for our stability, that control would bring peace. We believed them. At first it was convenience, one app for everything, one system for everyone. But soon every step, every breath, every thought was monitored, measured, restricted. They said compliance was freedom, that obedience was security.
We pledge our loyalty, our strength, and our futures to the central authority.
But freedom was erased.
Purchase denied. Carbon limit exceeded.
And obedience became law. There was another path, a way out, a chance to choose differently, but the world turned away. And now, accounts frozen.
Please. Help me.
Voices silenced, identities deleted, children raised to never know freedom.
We are one. We serve the bank.
The chains are invisible, but the prison is real. The world chose control, but choice is never gone. What will you choose?